Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Brady Morgan. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm actually the CEO and founder of 3 businesses: Financial Automation, where we specialize in entrepreneurial education; KeyPie, which is a software where we track important KPIs related to Shopify store owners; and lastly, VASA, which stands for Virtual Assistant Staffing Agency, where we help entrepreneurs save time by implementing a low-wage team around them.
Wow, fantastic. You're a busy boy.
I try to be.
That's great. Question number 2, what's the best thing about working with a team?
I think being able to delegate. So especially with our team VASA, or our company VASA, we see a lot of business owners stretching themselves very thin because they try to do everything themselves. But if you can implement a team around you, it's really crazy how much more time you have to focus on actually generating revenue for your business, i.e. sales calls or whatever that is. Not to mention, you'll sometimes find people are better at certain tasks than you are. So it's important to be as efficient and effective as possible. So having a team around you allows you to reach that.
Great insights. Question number 3, I hear from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell us your thoughts.
So we actually had trouble with this at first as well. And we employ virtual assistants ourselves. So we practice what we preach. And we found the engagement was low. But when I found that you are having daily meetings with your team, we call these sprints, daily huddles, whatever that is, 15 minutes just to get the day started. What did you do yesterday? What are you doing today? What do you want to do today that can make you feel accomplished? You really get them engaged with what they're doing. They start to assign accomplishments with things that they can finish in a given day. So they are, as a result, more engaged with you and your team and your vision.
Great idea. Really good idea to have consistent check-ins and feedback and discussion. Great idea. Question number 4, what other piece of advice would you give to leaders of teams?
I think it's really important to be transparent. I see a lot of leaders, clients, or just people on social media who are acting like they're someone that they're not. And I think your team is going to be your biggest advocate. So if you're lying to them about where you're at in a specific level of your business, they can't help you, right? So, but if you go to a team member and say, hey, I'm really struggling in this area. I have a vision to be here in 6 months. How can we come together and collaborate to get there? But I think the less transparent you are, the less collaborative your team is, and the bigger chance you have of not being able to scale.
I could not agree more. That importance of having everybody aligned in that same vision, the same direction is so critical.
Exactly.
Great comment. Question number 5, what other successful team leaders, such as yourself, would you like to recognize that have had a positive influence in your life?
So someone that's, and this is going to go back to my podcast because I've interviewed a lot of team members, or I guess business leaders over the past few months. One of them that sticks out was a guy by the name of Michael Burt. Coach Burt, I think he's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. But something that stuck out to me is that his executive assistant handled the entire scheduling of that podcast interview with me. And they were both very, very aligned in what was happening, when it was happening, and why it was happening, right? And that's what I respect, because I'm thinking, okay, a team member is handling this entire process for him where all he has to do is sit down and do the interview. I respect that because that means that she has a good idea of what he wants and how he likes it. And he has an idea and trust that she's going to fulfill what she's been called to do for him. So that would be the one that sticks out to me because I respect anyone who can lead their team members in a seamless fashion.
I like that phrase, in a seamless fashion. That's a great recommendation. Thank you. 6th question, tell us about your first job.
So my first job was as a pool boy at a country club in Tennessee. I started out as something called a back wait. Before I went to be a pool boy, back wait is essentially I would just bring water and bread to the tables who are people who are eating. And I mean, it was good. It was my first job. And then I got asked to help them open the pool. It was about to be summer. So they're like, hey, can you help us open the pool? Just get it ready to go. It's like, yeah, sure. They asked me to be a pool boy over there. So I would just change trash, wash the towels, But I met some really cool friends over there. It was a really fun summer. I worked a lot, but it wasn't something, it didn't feel like a job because I was kind of having fun with it. It was my first job. So yeah, I mean, it was a good thing. I was 18. So
Nice.
yeah.
It's always nice when you can have a job that you really enjoy and it doesn't feel like you're working, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Very good. Brady, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, about just giving all my emails, email addresses, whatever, but I don't think that's not the most efficient use of the time here. So I'm most easily accessible just at Brady Morgan _ on Instagram. You can do a quick search for Brady Morgan on LinkedIn or Facebook. I'm on there as well. I respond on those 3 platforms the most. You could email me, but emails get lost. So I would just reach out to me via social media.
Great. Thank you. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.